Back with us in studio is Evan Gappelberg, CEO of Nextech3D.AI. This is a primarily AI-powered event management and 3D modeling company. And Evan, there's been a number of changes since we last spoke about 6 months ago. Talk to us about stock performance, of course, but also kind of comment on how you've essentially proven out the comeback story that we talked about again in our very first conversation together.
Yeah, so we were left for dead, and we've turned the ship around. The stock's up 500% in the last 6 months, which is quite a dramatic turn for our investors, I'm pleased to report. And so from here, we see blue skies. We see tremendous opportunity. We've stabilized our company. Our costs of doing business is down. Our margins are 90% on our revenue side. And so we right-sized the business and really have a tremendous opportunity now to grow the business through the rest of this year, 2025, and really have a breakout year in 2026 as we scale our business.
Well, lately you've accelerated your launch of a new ticketing platform to essentially compete in a global ticketing industry worth billions of dollars. Walk us through the latest launch of that.
Yes, so we've historically been a mapping solution for events, trade shows and events where we have a map and you're able to see booths and purchase booths on the map. And also our navigation solution allows you to navigate around an event or a trade show. But as you mentioned, we've recently expanded our product offering, and now ticketing is the new growth business for us. Not just ticketing, but ticketing is a big opportunity. We see it as the biggest opportunity. So standardized ticketing, it's basically scalable revenue because we would get a fee of a roughly 3% on every dollar that is sold using our ticketing solution, plus 99 cents per ticket. So, if you're selling $1 million worth of tickets on our platform, we're going to generate, $30,000 plus that 99 cents per ticket. Historically, we've really just generated revenue by selling our Map Dynamics platform, which has a average ticket of around $3,000. So 3,000 to tens of thousands is a big deal. And now, of course, we're launching our blockchain ticketing solution, which really positions us for disrupting the $85 billion ticketing market globally, because blockchain really has no borders. We see this as a really big opportunity, and we think that we could be first to market.
Well, your revenue model, how does it compare to what competitors like Ticketmaster charge? And how do you get event organizers to switch platforms and try you guys out?
Right. So if you think about Ticketmaster, StubHub, Vivid Seats, Live Nation, every time they launch a new artist, like Taylor Swift or some of the bigger artists, within seconds, tickets are sold out. The average consumer is boxed out of being able to buy a ticket. And so what ends up happening is bots. You have AI bots that essentially go and buy all the tickets, and then they get sold, they get, essentially resold at a premium. So the secondary market is becoming the primary market in a lot of ways. And so our blockchain ticketing solution really solves for that problem, where with the blockchain, we're able to block the bots, and we're able to limit the secondary sales, really create a compliant platform. Actually, the FTC is suing some of the incumbents, some of the bigger players, the legacy players, because of this practice. And so we just see blockchain as the next generation where your tickets are guaranteed to be authentic, right? So, they get security. I know that I've bought Super Bowl tickets, and the biggest issue for me when you're spending thousands of dollars on a ticket was always, is this
The
real?
stress.
Yeah,
Yeah, the stress. I can relate.
right. So if you could overcome that, all of a sudden with blockchain ticketing, right, it's guaranteed to be authentic. That's a huge deal in and of itself. And then when you start to add smart contracts where, hey, you can't charge more than 10% or 20%. You put a cap on the resale value, and then add to that with blockchain ticketing, the original ticket company can participate in the resale revenue, right? Because that's how blockchain works. And then, the settlements. When you think about, I recently, just yesterday actually, I transferred $1,000 from my Coinbase account to purchase something, and normally I would do that with a credit card, but this company was saying, you could use USDC. Do you know what it cost? 26 cents. 26 cents. Normally that would cost, $30. So
Yeah.
it's 100 times cheaper to use blockchain. It took 60 seconds. So it's super, super fast. It's compliant, and it's just a better way of doing business. And so, again, we see an opportunity for disruption in this massive, massive ticketing market.
Yeah, and you say it right there, it's disruption, right? Because the challenge is as well getting people to adopt and understand the opportunity here. So how will you be doing that? Plus, competing with resale platforms as well.
Yeah, so we are in the event business. We already have over 500 customers that use our mapping software. They all also use some other company's ticketing solution. We have historically not offered ticketing. We have built-in customer base, and we see a rapid expansion with that existing customer base, where it's like, hey, instead of using 3 or 4 different suppliers for your event, just use our all-in-one solution, where we now have the blockchain ticketing, we now have the mapping software, we have the navigation, we have badge printing, all in one. And so we see our existing customers that have been with us for over a decade being ground zero for rolling this technology out. And once we start to roll it out, we really think that word of mouth is going to continue to, people are just going to get excited about it, and it's going to take on a life of its own.
And you have said that next year could be a breakout year for cash flow, profitability. And given this new transaction-based model, I'm curious, what kind of volume of ticket sales you would need to achieve profit, and when you also expect to reach that threshold.
We expect that in 2026, we're going to grow anywhere from 100% year over year in terms of our revenue to 500%. You could see just a massive, and 500% sounds like a lot, but when you're coming off of $1 million, go from 1 million to 5 million, it's not that big a deal. When you're going from 5 million to 25 million, it gets a little heavier, to lift, right? 100 million to 500 million is heavier. So because we're coming off this bottom, it really can be quite explosive. So I am expecting that 2026 is one of these explosive years for us. And if the dream turns into reality with the blockchain ticketing, then it shouldn't stop. It should continue, because we're really just at the beginning of this whole blockchain era, where everything's being tokenized. Money is being tokenized. Stocks are being tokenized. Maybe you and I will have our own token.
Who knows? I'm a little scared of that, but who knows, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Last question before you go is, what's your competitive advantage? I mean, we kind of talked about the key thing, which is that you've got an existing base of loyal customers, but anything else that you want to point out for us that kind of indicate that beyond your many different streams of revenue, it makes it clear that Nextech3D is what customers will want to choose and work with?
Yeah. So It's a good question. And I've been thinking about this quite a bit. So, in this world of technology, you have crypto enthusiasts and companies that are in the crypto space that are creating blockchain solutions, but they don't have the expertise, the domain knowledge with ticketing. And the same thing goes on the other side of the aisle, where you have ticketing companies that aren't really technology companies. And so we kind of straddle both sides, where we have a tremendous amount of experience in the event business. So we know what our customers want. And we are a technology company. I mean, we've been involved in augmented reality and 3D modeling, in spatial computing, and so we have a tremendous amount of technology within our stack that we've been experimenting with, and blockchain is really just another piece of tech that we're starting to get quite serious about. And so, if you think about the blending of those two, I think we're unique because of our position in the market, where we understand the customer on the event side, and we're also used to dealing with pioneering new technologies like augmented reality, 3D modeling, and now, it's blockchain.
Well, always good to see you and to get an update directly from you, Evan. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
It's NTAR on the CSE. Thank you for watching.